The outside looking in, that's pretty much what it looks like. It sounds as if she's been communicating how she's felt time and time again. She's been silenced, she's been ignored, she's been emotionally invalidated, she's been gaslit, she's been told essentially she's crazy, and people have really capitalized on the fact that her mental health hasn't always been great. Well, guess what? Who the hell's is? I mean, I'm sorry, but like a lot of people struggle with their mental health. Yes, okay, a lot of people have good mental health, but you can have good mental health for a lot of your life and then bad mental health and then good mental health again. So it's not as if it's a fixed thing. Hit subscribe, hit the bell icon so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. And without further ado, we're going to get into the topic of this video: emotional invalidation, narcissistic abuse, and what we can learn from the Britney Spears case. What's been going on with Britney Spears is tremendously sad, and I think we can all agree with that. I think that what's been happening in recent weeks as well has been very interesting because we have learned more and more about her perspective on things. Many of the fans that have been saying Free Britney for a long time have essentially been legitimized by what's been transpiring with Britney in the courts and with her dad and everything that's been said against him. And we have a couple of interesting Instagram posts to look at. So without further ado, I'm just going to look at this one. So the first one says, "Take me as I am or kiss my A, eat S and step on Legos." Okay, so for those of you, this is what Britney says. She says, "For those of you who choose to criticize my dancing videos, look, I'm not going to be performing on any stage anytime soon with my dad handling what I wear, say, do or think. I've done that for the past 13 years. I'd much rather share videos, yes, from my living room instead of on stage in Vegas where some people were so far gone they couldn't even shake my hand and I ended up getting a contact high from weed all the time, which I didn't mind, but it would have been nice to be able to go to the mother effing spa." She then goes on to say, "And no, I'm not going to put on heavy makeup and try on stage again and not be able to do the real deal with remixes of my songs for years and begging to put my new music in my shows for my fans, so I quit. I don't like that my sister showed up at the award show and performed my songs to remixes. My so-called support system hurt me deeply. This conservatorship killed my dreams, so all I have is hope, and hope is the only thing in this world that is very hard to kill. Yet people still try. I didn't like the way the documentaries bring up humiliating moments from the past. And we're past all that and have been for a long time. And for women who say it's weird the way I still have hope for fairy tales, go F yourself. As I said, hope is all I have right now. You're lucky I post anything at all. If you don't like what you see, unfollow me. Please, people try to kill hope because hope is one of the most vulnerable and fragile things there is. I'm going to go read a mother effing fairy tale now. P.S. If you don't want to see my precious ass dancing in my living room, or it's not up to your standards, go read a effing book." So I love this post actually because it shows me that she is reaching a stage in what I would see as her narcissistic abuse journey where she is done. She's had enough. She has realized that she's been taken advantage of left, right and center, and she's finally got to the point where she has plucked up the courage to say enough is enough and I am walking away from this. Whether that means I'm walking away with my family or not, I'm walking away. So she clearly is making the decision, or at least at this stage in her life, that she does not want to be associated with her family her family of origin. This is something that is obviously tremendously sad, but it's a massive win for Britney because what she has essentially been able to do is she has reached the point where she has stopped expecting them to change. Now, by the sounds of things, she has been silenced for way too long, and this goes into the next post that she posted before that on the 17th of July 2021. So it says, "Never forget who ignored you when you needed them and who helped you before you even had to ask." So she goes on to say, "There's nothing worse than when people closest to you who people closest to you who never showed up for you post things in regard to your situation, whatever it may be, and speak righteously for support. There's nothing worse than that. How dare the people you love the most say anything at all? Did they even put a hand out to even lift me up at the time? How dare you make it public that now you care? Did you put your hand out when I was drowning? Again, no. So if you're reading this and you know who you are, and you actually have the nerve to say anything about my situation just to save face for yourself publicly, if you're going to post something, please stop with the righteous approach. When you're so far from righteous, it's not even funny. 3 middle finger emojis. And have a good day. P.S. If you're reading this today and you can relate, I'm sorry, because I know what it's like, and I send you my love." So this is what I want to say straight away after that. This is important to point out. Like, what she's going through is bizarre, and it's not normal, and it's not common in the sense that she is famous and this is playing out on the world stage and there's a lot of money involved and fame involved and all this other stuff. But basically, this is narcissistic abuse from the outside looking in. That's pretty much what it looks like. It sounds as if she's been communicating how she's felt time and time again. She's been silenced. She's been ignored. She's been emotionally invalidated. She's been gaslit. She's been told essentially she's crazy. And people have really capitalized on the fact that her mental health hasn't always been great. Well, guess what? Who the hell's is? I mean, I'm sorry, but like a lot of people struggle with their mental health. Yes, okay, a lot of people have good mental health, but you can have good mental health for a lot of your life and then bad mental health and then good mental health again. So it's not as if it's a fixed thing, and we all struggle. And I think that what this woman has gone through has been horrific, to be honest. I think she's held up as being so, fortunate, but in reality, her life must have been hell. And for anyone who's gone through narcissistic abuse, then, you will know that being silenced is a big part of it. Having your emotions shut down is a big part of it. And the shame that comes along with it, because you're basically conditioned that your feelings don't really matter. And when you look to your support system and your family, we are conditioned in society that family is so important. Family will always be there for us. Many of us know people that have families where this is the case. So why would we believe that, it's their fault? If society's telling us that family is so important and family are always supportive and stuff, and then if your family are not being that way, you are going to blame yourself, especially if your family are ganging up on you and telling you, yeah, no, this is what's going on and you're crazy, or you're being, just at the very least flat out ignored. You're saying, I feel like crap, and no one gives a damn enough to actually say, okay, to sit up and listen and to say, okay, this isn't okay, there needs to be a change. If someone treats you like that, that is emotional abuse. And I'm sorry, but if you express yourself time and time again, then there is no excuse for it. A lot of people don't have the tools, and a lot of people are suppressing their own pain, which is why this can end up going on to you. And it's important to understand that just from the aspect of not taking it personally, because when someone numbs their own pain, so let's say someone's had a lot of pain in their childhood or upbringing or whatever, they can end up numbing their pain, but they end up, by doing that, they oftentimes can numb their empathy too, because what gives us empathy is being able to feel our own pain, feeling our emotions, and knowing that they suck, and being able to extend that to others. If you dull that, then you're dulling it not just for yourself, so you can't have as much self-compassion, but you're also dulling it for other people, and that's what I believe has happened in this case. I think that she's been madly taken advantage of. It's horrible, and unfortunately it's really common. Narcissistic abuse is super common, and the reason I do think this is narcissistic abuse is because of the thing she's saying. She's saying essentially she has spoken out, she has said how she feels, and she's been silenced. Now, there is no pain, honestly, I believe that is one of the worst pains in the world, to speak up from your authentic self and say, I don't feel okay, and have people that you care about and love give it no importance and just completely dismiss it. And if you haven't gone through that, you cannot imagine how that might feel, okay? So it's something that is extremely painful. And to be honest, a lot of people have gone through this because it's extremely common. But the reason people don't talk about it is because of the toxic shame that is born from this, and that is deliberately kept in place to keep you silent. Her family did not want her speaking out. Her family did not want her speaking her truth to people because of the shame that would bring on to them. So they are basically imbuing, well, I say they are doing it. A lot of this might not even be conscious, and we don't know, so this is merely conjecture, I have to say that. But, shame holds these patterns in place, and if you can keep someone silent through shame, then, if you've got the intention of keeping everything hush-hush, then, you're halfway home, because basically that is going to keep someone silent, which is why I'm so proud of this woman for actually getting to the point where she's like, I'm done, I don't care anymore, I'm not going to do anything, because it's her life, she's done this most of her life. Okay, so this woman is a great grown woman. She's given so much to the entertainment industry. She's just given, and the thing is, she needs to give to herself. And essentially what I read from this post is that she's had enough, and she's finally advocating for herself, and she's saying, I don't give a damn anymore, and she's reached her point. One of the take-home messages from this is that family is important, but not everyone has the family that is idyllic and that we are supposed to all have. And not everyone talks about that either. And the fact that this could happen to Britney Spears says it all. And I hope everything goes well for her. If you've enjoyed this video, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with someone you think might enjoy it. And I will see you on the flip side. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now.